Dan, I want you to know that every time I say your name, I want to say Dan the Mattress Man. And I know you don't get that reference, and nobody will outside beautiful Flint, Michigan, USA, because it's like a regional commercial reference. But I kind of want your new nickname to be the Mattress Man all across the fucking World Wide Web.
Yeah, no thanks.
No? But
No.
the Mattress Man, you could say cool things like, if I was a sleep-numbered mattress, my number would be 35 because I'm always stiff. Oh, yeah.
No, you just got to tell people to sleep on it.
Ah, that's what she said. I've decided we're going to play the That's What She Said game today.
Okay.
So anytime you hear a good That's What She Said, you throw it in there, and we'll keep a tally and score.
Yeah.
And anyone listening, if you catch one that we miss, you can go ahead and write it down and send it to me.
You afraid that's going to go out of style?
No, good things never go out of style, like my fucking haircut and my carpenter jeans. Sometimes, fellas, life is a little bit disappointing.
Oh.
You ever been disappointed, Tommy?
No, never.
Never?
Well, yeah, I disappoint myself just about every damn day of my life.
Okay, that's just a sad take. How about you, Dan? You ever been disappointed?
Oh, all the time. I'm like Tommy. I'm disappointed all the time in myself and other people.
Well, look at these sad bastards. Holy cow.
Oh, listen to you.
Well, listen here. I'm
happy-go-lucky Randy there.
I'm about to enlighten both of you. Because, I mean, sometimes delayed gratification is where it's at. That's the theme of tonight.
You think so?
Delayed.
Patience is a virtue?
Patience is a virtue,
That's what she
grasshopper. No, that's no good. No. Sorry. No. You don't get a point for that. Yeah. So, one night, I was at the bar with my squirrely friend Steve, who completely hates Tommy.
Oh, my God, for no reason.
Well, he's the only person in the universe that's ever hated Tommy.
I think that's true.
Anyone else likes him, except for Dan. Dan doesn't.
Well, Dan has good reason.
It's true.
Yeah.
Tommy doesn't even know who I am.
Yeah.
I know your name.
He's like, who?
Where you from, Dan?
From Pittsburgh.
Oh, I'm going to Pittsburgh.
What'd I tell you?
I knew it.
Yeah.
What? That I would say that?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I say that? If you were going to Pittsburgh, wouldn't you say that?
I am going to Pittsburgh with you.
No, you're not.
God damn it. So this one night, I was at the bar with my squirrely friend Steve.
Only because it's me and the beloved's anniversary.
Well, guess what? I was at your wedding.
Yeah.
I was in the wedding. I believe I can partake in the anniversary, correct?
Yeah.
Dan gets to partake in your anniversary.
How?
Yeah, just because I live in the area. That's really it.
Yeah. Anyways, I was at this bar, and this was a few years ago, and there was this metrosexual little boy with his little girl, that friend that he was trying to impress. I don't think they were dating, but he was really trying to put the moves on, really impress her. And she, we can put an exact date on this because she was bitching about Drew Barrymore being in town because Drew Barrymore was filming the movie Whip It with Ellen Page in town.
Yeah.
And
at the diner.
At the diner, yeah. So Drew Barrymore was at the bar that this girl worked at, and she was like, oh, my God, she was such a slob. Oh, her makeup was all over the place.
She fell off the bar stool or something.
She fell off the bar stool.
I remember
you
telling me
she
this.
had bodyguards. And nobody could look at her. And she was like, don't look at me. That's a true Drew Barrymore story. Yeah. By the way,
I believe it.
Yeah, by the way, that drunk stereotype girl that you see in every movie, I encountered that a couple weeks ago at your favorite watering hole, the Montrose Pub.
No shit.
Yeah, oh my God, I'm so drunk. Like, that's not even an exaggeration. That was exactly how she sounded. I'm like, are you real right now?
This is Louis C.K.'s joke about the drunk girl at the bar.
It came to life. I was witnessing it.
I want to fuck you. Oh, not you.
Yeah, she was fucking around on her phone picking songs, and she's like, what do you want to listen? You got blue eyes. I'm like, yeah, I do. Good call. Good call. Anyways.
Glad you went to your optometrist recently.
Anyways, I was at this bar, and homeboy metrosexual was trying to hit on this girl, and she Drew Barrymore. Blah. All of a sudden, this big biker burly dude in the back decided he wanted to challenge anyone who would take him on to a drinking contest. They were going to chug a tall boy. This guy looked like Bill Goldberg, but with a mullet.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice indeed.
Okay.
So, little skinny guy with his skinny jeans and his parted hair marches over, trying to impress his girl.
It's not Steve, is it?
No, it wasn't Steve. Steve and I were witnessing this.
Okay.
And so the girl just trots on over to witness this too, and I'm standing back. I'm like, oh, Goldberg's going to spear this man, you know? This isn't going to go well for the guy trying to impress the girl.
Yeah.
They take their beer, make a count.
Let me guess. Skinny boy wins.
Skinny boy wins.
Yeah. What'd the biker say?
He's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what he's making all these excuses.
Okay.
Like I said, life is disappointing.
Had to go out and rev his Harley for a minute.
Because I really wanted Skinny Boy to lose, right?
Really? You wanted the biker to take him out, huh?
Yeah, I did.
You didn't.
Yeah.
You weren't going for the underdog.
No, that's a natural order of things. The big burly Bill Goldberg biker boy needs to beat the skinny.
Did the skinny boy smoked him then?
He smoked him, yeah.
He just opened his gullet and poured it down.
I mean, I'm not telling. I was about to make an awful joke.
She said?
Yeah, I was just thinking that, but I was too afraid. You guys shot me down the first time.
Score one for Dan. That's a good one.
Hooray.
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding.
So, like I said, delayed gratification. I was a little bit disappointed. However, when I was leaving the bar that night, there it was. Life came out victorious. Skinny boy was puking besides the dumpster.
Nice.
Score.
Where were you at, Billy's?
The nightcap. And he did not go home with the girl because she left. Because why would she make out with Puke Man? Second story, delayed gratification, Tommy. I used to work at a school. You know this.
Yeah.
I can safely talk about it because I no longer work at that school.
You're no longer allowed within 500 yards of it.
So there was the school put on a second grade musical, The Songs of the Beatles.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Oh, nice, says Tommy. True horror is listening to 8-year-olds perpetually warble the chorus of Yellow Submarine over and over and over again. That's not nice, Tommy.
Yeah.
That's
A terrible
disappointing.
song.
That is disappointing.
How is it delayed gratification?
Delayed gratification, very last song that they performed was a little song called Hey Jude.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. And they all get up. Extended na-na-na-nas.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Extended. It had to have been
Did
at
one
least,
kid do the Judy, 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 Judy?
no, just nonstop na-na-na-nas. For what seemed like a half an hour. I'm like, will this ever end? Is my life now a na-na-na-na?
Did it right.
Until delayed gratification, I look over and I see one boy. His eyes go wide. Projectile vomit everywhere.
Yes.
It was like the end of a movie. You know how in Stand By Me they tell the story of the kid that pukes all over everybody?
Yeah.
This is what happened. And the principal ran over and grabbed him. And as he grabbed the boy left a trail of puke like he was a snail with a slime mucus trail.
And everybody else is still singing?
And in the background, na-na-na-na, delayed gratification.
Right.
All right. So that's the theme tonight, delayed gratification. Because sometimes, guys, you just need to hold out a little hope. Excuse me? What, are you poo-pooing my theories of delayed gratification?
I've been a comedian
No,
for
I think
9
you're right here. I
years.
think you got a point.
I do have a point. Sometimes you just got to delay that pleasure, Tommy. That's what she said. Because it's so much better when you're close to the edge, and then all of a sudden you drop that beat, D-boy.
Put it in. We're drinking summer shandy on Thursday. We so motherfucking out here, though. We never been this out here. Woo! What you know about Leonard Skinner? The whacker the intro, the hotter the verse every time, baby. Well, I've been working like a working man do. Got my act together, gonna walk all over you. Pressure pushing down on me, pushing down on you. Shit, let's raise the roof. Woo! About time, it's the era of the rebels. Cloud 9 in the air up in the vessels. Generation fearless, got a taste for weirdness. Flow on fire, that's the way my beard is. Hard times, jump starting the grind. It's all good, y'all. Things fall apart sometimes. Let it go, let me know when you're ready, though. Don't push me, cuz until the edge I'm close. When the time comes, ride for something. Or live to be 9 and then just die for nothing. Speak their heart, your baby, speak their mind. And I'ma play their part, and I'ma freak that rhyme one time for you. Rhyme one time for you. I'm an island, man. There ain't nothing else by me, man. And I drink enough whiskey to float a battleship around this bitch any motherfucking how. Wow.
Welcome to the Miserable Retail Slave Show. We're coming to you from the Pod Shack outside beautiful Flint, Michigan, USA.
Yes, sir.
My name is Randy. I did a horrible job fading that this week. Holy cow, that was awful. My name is Randy. Tommy's over there. He's my rider, Cy. Exactly. We are a big, dumb comedy show. I'm a miserable retail slave. He's a stand-up comedian. Oh, God. This is a podcast where we search for the meaning amongst the wackiness of life. You know? For example, sometimes you might get yourself in some sort of awkward situation. For example, you might go to, I don't know, a self-checkout line, have a 2-liter of Coke. All of a sudden, you drop that 2-liter of Coke on the ground. All of a sudden, it splits wide open, and it starts spraying all over the place in a circle like a caffeinated diabetes sprinkler. And then it's spraying the ground and everywhere around you in the self-checkout lines. Yeah, we're kind of like that awkward situation. Welcome to the awkward situation that is the Miserable Retail Slave Show. Thank you so much for listening. By the way, that's a true story that happened to my uncle. So,
don't we have a guest?
I'm getting there, for Christ's sake.
Take forever.
Did I? He was talking a bunch. God, what is this? The Dan Show?
It could be.
Dan, the Mattress Man Show?
Please, no.
Sleep
Anything
on
but
it.
that.
Sleep number?
No.
No. That's what she said?
No.
No. That's what she said?
I mean, that's what she says to Kevin Spacey, Harvey Weinstein,
Okay.
TJ Miller.
All right. You're putting us on some sort of list, and I don't appreciate
Hey, I
it.
remember Dan. I do.
It dawned on his...
I was like, oh, yeah, I remember Dan. Just took me a minute.
Yeah, Dan was a part of the live stream for The Cure. He was like the producer of the whole thing.
Justin wasn't there.
Well, Justin had nothing to do with it. He was the guy in the green room making sure all the technology happened.
Yeah. And then, he was giving you shit about the date.
Well, don't bring that up on air.
I mean, hearing fun date stories are always great. All the time. Every time.
Every time.
Meatball with Jumbo.
Yeah, well, we don't need to talk about that date that night because that was the last time anything ever. Anyways, our special guest tonight is Dan the Mattress Man from the Netflix N Swill podcast. Give it up for Dan, everybody.
Oh, hello. How is everyone today?
Everyone is great, you know. Because you're here, right?
You need to shoot your shot.
You need to shoot your shot,
Dr.
Dan.
Penrose.
So go ahead and tell the people who may be completely unaware. What do you live under our stupid rock? Like maybe they haven't heard of Netflix N Swill, and it's not some weird sexual act. It's not. What is Netflix N Swill?
All right, so we are a podcast that basically recounts the Netflix news, trailers, and we do reviews of Netflix original shows on a weekly basis. We are at week 159 right now. And due to my rigorous scheduling, we have not missed a week so far.
Look
now,
at you.
Did I say that 160 is going to get delayed somehow? I don't know.
Probably.
That's
you
like
jinxed yourself.
3 years.
Yeah,
What?
three whole years of podcasting every single week.
Cool. We've been
I'm
doing
just
this
like
for
that.
7 years, Tommy. Why are you so baffled by...
Oh, I was just excited that I could do math.
Oh, well, that's very... You didn't even have to count on your fingers.
No.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Just had to talk to myself for a few seconds, and I got it.
I'm glad you actually wore clothes tonight.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I didn't
Usually
get to
you
go to the
show up
gym.
and whenever you roll out of bed in. And...
No, usually it's gym outfit. I'm a gymnasium guy.
What about the week you showed up looking like a koala bear? That was weird.
Again, that was gym clothes.
Dan, what's your favorite thing about Netflix? And can we not spend so much time in Netflix purgatory? I call it Netflix purgatory when you just scroll endlessly, forever, looking for something on Netflix. Can't they just have a thing where you can look alphabetically through the Netflix catalog? Can't you make that happen? It's in your name.
No, unfortunately I can't because, as you know, Randy, we recently were contacted by Netflix.
This is true.
And they said to basically go fuck ourselves.
Yeah.
Why? What happened? Because the name?
No. Like, we applied for media screeners, like a media center account, and they were just like, hey, you don't have enough of a following. And I'm just like, okay, sure. What does that mean? And they're like, we'll get more followers and more downloads, and we'll talk. And I'm like, okay. What's a good number? Go fuck yourself. Okay, thanks.
Which is bad business because you're like advertising for them and their fucking name is in your fucking name,
Yeah,
right?
you guys might be Hulu and Swill now.
No, because fuck Hulu. I hate Hulu the most.
Can somebody come up with a Hulu and Swill show, please?
I have. I've
Oh.
come up with a name. I am not going to give it here because in case we need to change our trajectory at some point.
Got it. Although Hulu and Swill sounds like an even worse sexual act. God, ugh, I feel dirty even saying it. What is your favorite show to binge, Dan, on the Netflix? Not even currently, like, or it doesn't even have to be something you talk about. Like for me, recently I rediscovered Cheers, and boy, oh boy, is that show still fucking funny. It still holds up.
Yeah,
and
I
that
watch an
song.
episode every once in a while.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Stranger Things. It sounds cliched, but like I don't watch. I don't have time to watch shows that aren't Netflix original shows because of just the way the show is scheduled. So like everyone talks about like, oh man, The Office is like the best thing on Netflix. I haven't fucking watched The Office on Netflix since we started the show, or like 3 years ago. So like. For me, it's just like rewatching a bunch of shows. So like, it's either Stranger Things or Bojack Horseman. One of the two.
Bojack Horseman. I've tried to watch the Bojack. I've had a problem getting into it though for some reason.
What is it? I know the name, but
Is it too depressing for you, Randy? Is that what it is?
I don't know what it is. It's a cartoon about a horse, an animated horse. He had a show.
Back in the 90s, he was on a very famous TV show.
Yeah, and it's his life afterwards.
oh,
Basically, you could do it live action with some washed up actor, and it'd be the same thing. But it's fine.
what about Black Mirror? Did you watch Black Mirror?
Oh, I've watched all the Black Mirrors. I'm becoming less excited about Black Mirror as we go on because I just feel like since Netflix took over, Charlie Brooker's like, oh, okay, I've had to rewrite the same episode like 100 times, so dip in quality.
Remember when we did an episode about Black Mirror, and we were going to do it all the time, and we never did?
Yeah. Which one did we do?
Delayed gratification. Yeah. We did the first episode where the dude fucks a pig.
Oh my God!
On national television.
First episode to a TV show ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it took such balls.
The politician, right?
Yeah, it took such balls to be like, this is what we're going to show to the world first. This is what we are. Do you like it or not? If you don't,
exactly,
run away. I mean,
and they've never hit that level again. Like no one's fucked a pig since.
I mean,
like you gotta escalate. Like go fuck a cow or I don't know, a gator or something.
That's what she said.
No. Sorry. I have a guardian angel. I'm not sure if you know this or not.
Go on.
You don't believe in guardian angels. You Bojack Horseman noised it right into my microphone. I have a guardian angel. Or maybe he's like Satan in disguise. I'm not sure. I've seen him like 2 or 3 times at the retail paradise that gainfully employs me. He just pops up.
Really?
He
Just comes right out of the bananas.
Pops up. Yeah, he springs out of the bananas fully formed. I'm like, what is this creature? He looks like George the Animal Steele.
Oh, wow. That's an angel.
Do you know what a George the Animal Steele looks like?
A hairy back man.
He's big and bald, and yeah. I'm not sure what the man's back looks like because this guardian angel is fully clothed. But this winter I was going home, and it was snowing to beat the band, you know.
What?
I don't know. I've
what?
never heard that either.
What do you mean what? What are you making
beat
fun of my
the band.
colloquialisms?
Yes.
To beat the band.
Well, listen here, Dan. You're a guest on my show, Mattress Man. How dare you?
Oh my God.
I'm walking out to my vehicle. I'm about to walk out the door. All of a sudden, George the Animal Steele appears, and he says, "Hey, Randy, hope you're careful on your way home. Be safe."
He knows your name?
I'm like, what the fuck? And I I was wearing a coat, obviously, or probably a hoodie, because I'm a man. Even in the winter, I don't fuck with big coats.
Yeah, I don't like him either.
Yeah.
Jean jacket all the
Yeah.
way.
If I need to throw down, that just ties me down like a straitjacket if I've got a triple fat goose on. God damn it. I don't know why that tickled me so. So anyways, he's like, be safe. I'm like, what is that, a threat?
Right, for real.
What a weird thing
and
to
how's
say.
he know your name?
Exactly. Thank you. A couple weeks ago, I texted you, not text you, because we communicate via Facebook Messenger, which is the weirdest thing,
Yeah,
because that's the only thing you respond to for some reason.
that's true.
It is true. What a weird boy you are. And I said to you, I'm like, I wish we were recording the show tonight because something
yeah.
weird just happened. Do you
Yeah.
remember that?
Yes, I do.
That's amazing. Mark it down, folks. Pin it in your calendar. Tommy remembered something.
Yeah, right off the cuff, too.
Dan, he still doesn't remember you. He's just pretending.
Yes, I
know.
do. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So anyways,
Because Dan was really giving you shit about talking about that day.
stop talking about it.
Tommy's just too famous for me. It's fine.
Oh,
It's true. Oh, I agree with that.
I like Dan.
Yeah. Fuck off. So I was coming out of the back room.
That's what she said.
Oh, that was a good one. I'll give you that.
All right.
Score is tied 1-1. I was coming out of the back room. You can't repeat.
Okay.
And he was fucking standing there. There's George the Animal Steele. I don't know if he formed out of loose hair follicles in the air and into
He
a
was
fully.
standing in like the middle of the produce section or what?
Well, no, he was standing in the middle of an aisle. It was very spooky. He was like the twin sisters in The Shining, but just one of them in George the Animal Steele and in a grocery store. And I guess that metaphor completely falls apart once I dissect it even more. But anyways, he was standing there is the point and came out of nowhere. And he says to me, he looks me right in the eye. He's like, "Hey, Randy." Like, what the fuck? He's like, "Tell your parents I said hi." I'm like, God damn it. Are you going to murder me and all my family?
So he knows you.
I don't know how.
You gotta snap a picture of this guy and see what your parents say.
Google George the Animal Steele. I'll bring up a picture and show him tomorrow. I don't know who this man is, but
Maybe he's friends with like Grampy Jim or something.
he had no friends, that Grampy
No.
Jim. So I don't know what to do. I don't know if he's a guardian angel or he's just gonna murder me in my sleep
Did
someday.
you tell
Guardian Devil.
Guardian devil,
Murder your
perhaps.
ass.
the parents that he said hi?
No, I didn't. I don't want to worry
He's
them.
gonna come haunt you.
Well, he's gonna appear in the pod check, I'm sure, any minute now.
Tell him hi.
What did you say to me in that microphone?
Tell him hi.
I still don't know what that's.
Tell
said.
them hi.
Tell them hi. Okay, that was hard for you.
It's hard for you.
I can't hear well, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Dan, how's
Yes.
it going over there?
Everything's just hunky dory.
Hunky dory.
I like that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that phrase.
You like hunky dory, but you poo poo snowing to beat the band. God
Yeah, I've never
damn
heard
it.
that one.
No one knows what that means.
Yeah, right. I don't get how you could snow to beat the band.
Well, listen,
It makes zero sense.
Dan, I do this thing on this show called online dating, and it's the worst thing anyone's ever accomplished in this world. It's
I can tell you that from experience that you are 100% correct.
Thank you. I've got a fellow soul here, a fellow hurt citizen in this earth.
Are you a single man, Dan?
He's
Oh
not.
no, not anymore. No,
Oh.
I've met a wonderful, wonderful woman.
Online?
Technically, yes.
Oh,
She has a pod. Did you meet via podcasting?
Yes, we did.
Oh my God.
I know it's like the stupidest story you've ever heard. Like, we were in the same podcast network, and then we started talking as like her marriage started dissolving, and then we met in a random hotel room that I told no fewer than 4 people where I was going.
Dan,
who I was
Dan
going
the
with,
Mattress
so that way If I
Man.
wound up dead, they could send the police after her.
Right. Well, yeah. You want to
you
let
tried
people
to
know.
set up your girlfriend.
How long have you guys been together, by the way?
Coming up on 2 years now.
All right.
And you live in different states, right?
Yeah, she lives in North Carolina. I'm in Pennsylvania, so
How long of a drive is that?
That is 8 hours.
I can't even make 45 minutes work.
Yeah, it's once a month. So like we actually meet up like halfway. Like there's a halfway spot in Virginia that we meet up in. So and that's about 4 hours for me and about 3.5 for her.
Okay.
Because I'm the goddamn man and therefore drive longer, I guess. Sure. I don't know.
That's some game though. Look at that that's like some Battletoads level game right there. Because Battletoads is hard. That's what she said. Yeah, give it to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, God damn it. I guess. I won't even count it for myself. But I mean, seriously, that's something. I know a guy. I went to high school with him. He had a podcast way back in the day. And he kind
Before everyone had one?
Yeah, exactly. He kind of inspired me to have a podcast. I'm like, look at this guy. He's got a podcast. Why can't I? I went to high school with him. He no longer has a podcast. I win. However, he isn't married, and he met his wife via some. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Maximum Fun and Jordan Jesse Go.
What?
And my brother and me.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in that little network there. They met at some conference or something, and she's from Ireland.
Oh.
And she came over here and lived, and now he lives over there full time and has for like 10 years. I'm like, that's amazing. Wow. So, I mean, it can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's success stories all over the place. It's just like not the bullshit ones they feed you on TV. It's like, look, we met on Plenty of Fish and we're happy forever. Meanwhile, they don't tell you that, like, if you get matches, you get ghosted almost immediately because you're not interesting enough.
Listen, I am very interesting, and I still get ghosted.
I'm not saying you're not interesting. I'm just saying in general. Like, it seems like people, like, if you just leave them, like, if you say something that's, like, slightly weird, they'll just be like, oh, well, fuck this person in particular. Ghost.
I'm pretty good at being ghosted. I'm even ghosted by people that said they would never ghost me, right, Tommy?
Yep.
Even when I was involved.
They're like, whoops, spoke too smooth.
Yeah. We won't bring up that night of the date, Dan. God damn it. That live stream for The Cure ruined my life.
The Kate date.
Did it?
Oh,
or
stop it.
Did she donate towards cancer research and then tell you to fuck off?
Oh, she did.
Some girl did. But, I mean, it's true. People, like, ghost you immediately. Or not even immediately.
It's
just
because it's so easy.
It's so easy. I had one that I was talking to for a month recently on Plenty of Fish. And, like, at this point, I'm completely numb to the whole thing.
Right.
And she would disappear for a few days and then hover back. And then finally she just up and vanished. And I'm like, come on, really? Can't you just say, hey, this isn't for me. I'm not ready.
Yeah.
You don't have to. That's the whole, when they seize conversation, that's it.
But if you're involved in an extended conversation, don't you think that it would be
polite?
Yeah, I don't know. Or here's my other problem with online dating. You're all a bunch of liars. Like, why you gotta lie all the time?
And you still haven't figured that out yet.
I did. I just said
to lie yourself.
No, I refuse to stoop to that level. It's stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Be genuine. Rise above hate.
Exactly. Thank you, John Cena.
I'm glad you fucking got that.
Yeah. You're welcome. Oh God, I lost my train of thought because I'm clever.
You were saying everybody's lying.
Everyone is lying. Yeah, like what's the point? Like if you're not interested anymore, just say. Don't pretend to be my friend and don't pretend to be interested. Just say, I'm not feeling it. Okay, guess what? I'm a grown-up. I don't care. So that's fine. I'd rather you do that than once again I go on social media and I see you with some random dude. Stop it. Stop it. Just be fucking honest. Dan, I want to hear all about your online dating experiences.
Oh, man. So I think I started in like 2013 on like Tinder.
Gross.
Okay, Cupid. I think those are the two things I started on. And like you would match with somebody, especially on like Tinder, you'd match with somebody, you'd be like, hey, what's up? How are you doing? Or something like that. And like in those bios, those girls are like, if you say, hey, I'm unmatching you and blocking you and reporting you for sexual harassment or something like that, and you're just like, oh, cool. There's no good way to start a conversation because literally your profile is one picture. It is just of you with nothing else in there, and your bio is say something other than hey. And it's like, cool, you've given me everything that I need in order to start this conversation. I'm so thankful for you.
Yeah, it's funny to me. It's my favorite part is the initial message. Like to come up with clever, stupid, creative ways to say something to some girl that gives you absolutely no information to go by.
Yeah,
it's my favorite thing. There's a lot of episodes. Yeah, there's a lot of documented
dog puns.
The dog puns, the puns work pretty well. There was a girl I was talking to on Tinder. I did alternative 90s songs.
Yeah, how'd that go?
She's weird. I don't know. I'm not even sure she's real, to be honest. I'll bring
That's
up
the other thing. Like, you don't know if anyone's a fucking bot or not.
Especially on.
Oh, this seems like a normal person with multiple pictures and they have interests and stuff. Oh, it's a fucking bot. Cool, great.
Especially on Tinder, it's. I feel like.
Yeah.
I was talking to this one girl and she seemed really weird. And the conversation was just going downhill. So I said, well, tell me something interesting about yourself. And her response was, well, I go number 2 a lot. I'm like, okay. I guess I'm done with this. This was my message to the 90s alternative girl. It's water under the bridge if you don't want to be part of my semi-charmed life, but I'll probably play a bittersweet symphony on my guitar if you don't respond. At least say what's up, even if you want to be just a friend, because after all, you're my Wonderwall.
Oh, God.
And she's like, I'm hoping that's not a copy and paste job. that was the response. I'm like, really? Who would be that stupid? Like...
Well, see, she says that, but she probably copy-pasted her bio from someone that she thought was funny.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, very true. Did you ever go on any dates that went downhill? Actual dates?
So I met several people through the website, and one girl I was seeing for 3 months, but it wasn't anything super serious. It was pretty casual. We'd go out once a weekend on a Saturday, to a movie or to some dinner or just hang out at her place. And then all of a sudden, drop me. I was like, oh, okay, cool. We've been hanging out for 3 months. I assumed I was owed at least a hey, no thanks anymore.
Exactly.
That kind of thing.
Well, that sounds familiar.
Another girl told me after 3 dates, hey, this isn't working out. Okay, cool. Understandable. Then I dated another girl who I was seeing for 6 weeks, and around this time, that Ben Affleck movie Gone Girl had come out.
Yeah,
and I had been trying to see it because I heard good things about it, not knowing anything about what it's about. So we go to this movie, and we're sitting there in the theater, and we're holding hands, and then all of a sudden the thing happens in the middle of the movie, and my hand just slow-mo lifts up off of her armrest. I place it on my pants and just I sit there with my hands in my lap for the rest of the movie because I'm just well, I can't trust this woman anymore. She might do this to me. Fuck. And I got all paranoid, and basically through a series of extenuating circumstances, we never talked again after that.
So I've been on this. I've started on the Bumble. Have you heard of this Bumble?
Oh my God, that's the worst. That was actually the worst of all of them.
Listen, I'm a guy that needs to shoot my shot, right, Dr. Penrose? Where's your...
You need to shoot your shot.
Exactly. But I also got to hit my target. I'm on a Mission Impossible. I'm like a Tom Cruise missile. I'm swooping in, raining down fiery banter and wit, trying to destroy any doubts that I'm just some silly cornball clown. What are you falling asleep over there?
Pretty much am.
Wow, I'm glad we're entertaining you, piece of shit.
Tommy's just man, I've been married for so long. This is all just stupid bullshit. You're both morons.
So I'm on this Bumble trying to find my Bumblebae. Hey, girl, hey. Mm-hmm. Flight of the Bumblebae. You dig? And there's so many rules and regulations to this stuff. Like, life is so needlessly complicated. So I had a girl match with me, didn't send a message to me right off the bat. On Bumble, you have 24 hours to send a message. The girl has to initiate that message. You think if a girl matches with you, she's going to send a message. Not this one.
No. I had that happen so many times. It was like, okay. And then they have this like little bump thing. You can like bump her for, and it'll give you an additional like 24 hours.
Yes.
And then she'll get a notification and it's just like, and get rid of it. She just doesn't care.
Yeah, you're allowed one daily extend. That's what she said. And if you click on it, you get 24 hours, like Dan says. So I'm like, well, what's the thing to do here? Because it was getting down to the wire there. And I'm like, I'm trying to diffuse. It was like I was trying to diffuse a bomb and trying to figure out what color wire to cut. And I'm like, oh, fuck, what do I do? So I look online because, internet people are full of wisdom, and people are like, well, you can't extend it. That's just weird. Well, I only respond to people that extend it for 24 hours. I'm like, well,
yeah, it's just,
and at that point,
it's a stupid form of gatekeeping with Bumble. Like, it's why I think it's the worst one of them all. Like, I understand why it exists because they don't want girls getting unsolicited dick pics on like Tinder and that kind of shit. But putting the onus on one person as opposed to either person sucks. Yeah,
exactly. So I did extend it for 24 hours. She did not respond whatsoever. No, not at all.
Yeah, that's a weird like power tripper thing, huh?
It's kind of weird. Like,
I mean, I get, Dan's right. That has to be the reason why they do it. But
that's exactly well, and the messages that I have gotten are just, hey. So, like, what's the fucking point? Like, if that's all you're gonna do in the first place, like,
well, you gotta put in your bio. Don't write just hey.
Yeah. So I'm on the Bumble, and I got two matches that I'm talking to. One of them, for longtime listeners, this is old school, is somebody that I talked to way back in the day, and we reconnected on the Bumble yesterday or the day before. Yeah. I don't know.
One of the two. Tell me about this. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, holy shit. Well, I saw her, and I was like, wow, I'm going to swipe right. And I did not expect her to also swipe right, but she did and messaged me right away. I'm like, wow, look at this. Mm-hmm. So, that's a thing that's happening. It's going well, and I'm excited about it.
What was her name again?
We called her Rita on the show, and I don't remember why.
I think it was...
that was 3 years ago. You can dig in the archives for that.
Why did we call her Rita?
I don't know. I have no clue whatsoever.
I want to say it was like a Rod Stewart thing or something, but I don't remember.
Oh, you know what it was, honestly? Because we had an R thing going on. There was Red, who was the first girl that ever gave a hoot about me on online dating. Ruby's, who was the first one that I went on a date with from online dating, and who was at your wedding, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about that? And then, so I think we stuck with the R theme and kept with Rita. Whatever. We've been talking and not even... It's easy. I'll say that. Like, probably even easier than the first time. So
easy like Sunday morning.
Yeah.
That's because you have like these shared experiences. Like, hey, remember that time we did this thing, and just make sure you don't go into like the negative stuff. Like, hey, remember that time that like I killed your mother or something. Like,
I actually never met her. We never met in real life.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we talked for probably 3 weeks or something. We never met in real life, and she broke it off and said, I don't think it's gonna work.
So she didn't ghost you?
No. She actually. And actually, I brought up the story of what happened because the day she ghosted me, you had a show in Saginaw, Michigan, USA.
Oh, yeah.
And I told her about this. So tell me, she said she broke it off, and I'm like, well, we can be friends. Why don't you come out to my friend's show?
Oh, no.
Yeah, exactly. I did that. And so I invite her out to the bar. She didn't show up, obviously. I mean, Why would she? Right. So I'm sitting there. I'm with the table of comedians because I'm real funny. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I noticed this girl just giving me the eyes like all night. just staring at me. I'm like, well, I have to talk to her. And so after the show ended, I went over there and I talked to her, and Tommy was in a big hurry to go.
And what'd I say?
I said, you said she looks pretty young. I'm like,
like, nah.
What is she, 23, 24? So I got her Facebook information because that's all I could think of because I was drunk and whatever.
Right.
So on the way home, Tommy drove. I'm sitting in the passenger seat, checking my Facebook, seeing if she accepted the request. She did. I look, and I see her prom pictures from that year. God damn it.
No.
I told him, I said, dude, she's really young.
Like, I'll send you the picture. Like, it was a dim bar. She was wearing a lot of makeup.
She was drinking alcohol.
She was drinking alcohol, and I was drunk. So, what do you expect from me?
See, okay, so I actually had that hypothetical situation run through my head. It was people who listen to my show know Corey, so and like we've been friends for years and years. That was a hypothetical situation. It was like, let's say a high schooler gets into the bar using a fake ID. You take her home, and you have sex with her, and it turns out like she's a minor, so therefore you go to jail for statutory rape. But you're under the assumption that she's 21 because she's in a bar drinking alcohol.
Right.
So like, what's actually the problem? Like, are you actually in trouble? Like, who's like, what's the problem here? Like, how do you solve this? And we eventually talked to one of my law professors, and they said like, oh no, you're fucked. Because it's like, it's on you no matter what. Like, it doesn't matter like the situation or anything. Like, you have to check. So you've been in big trouble, Randy.
Well, I'm pretty glad I got her Facebook account other than her phone number because, yeah.
Did you delete her?
No, we're still Facebook friends. We're still 3 years later. We're still
she's
Facebook
legal
friends.
now.
Well, yeah, she's got a kid and everything. That could have been mine.
Oh no! Oh no!
That could have been mine. God damn it!
You never messaged her then, right?
I never talked to her again after that night.
Yeah.
No, I was so like befuddled by that. I was like, holy shit. I think this is a great time to take a quick short so Tommy can rally.
Okay.
You got your rally cap on there, Tommy?
I will.
We're going to take a quick short break. You're listening to the miserable renegade samurai.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
I downloaded an episode of Netflix N Swill. Does this mean I get to watch Netflix now?
No, you can't watch Netflix until you understand the phrase poop.
Poop?
Once you understand poop, you'll understand your place as a listener of this podcast. But what does poop mean? It's actually a carefully organized code. Listen closely. People order our podcast.
Oh, poop.
Looks like Mr. Caleb understands poop. Here's a typical podcast listener. I wonder what they want. Well, if we remember poop, we can figure it out.
I'd like to watch...
Do you think they're going to watch A, an Amy Schumer comedy special, B, Gypsy, or C, a good show?
One good show, please.
Poop, you never let us down. Now that you understand poop, I bet you think you're ready to watch Netflix.
Netflix!
Haha, not so fast, Eager McBeaver. You still need to finish listening to Netflix N Swill. You can find the show at netflixandswill.com or on your favorite podcast service. And now, to talk about personal hygiene.
There's nothing more refreshing than tuning into the Miserable Retail Slave podcast. Well, except for a heckler at one of Fat Tommy's wannabe comedy shows. Have you ever seen Tommy? He's a mixture of cow shit, a millennial, and a hipster, all thrown into a burlap sack, mixed up to make his bubble fat fucking slob ass. Fuck that guy. Anyways, back to the task at hand. Hyping the Miserable Retail Slave podcast. Listen to this show. Trust me, it's that good. Even the Tommy part. So don't sit around like a fat-ass Tommy. Just listen to this great and original material that these guys put out. Trust me, I endorse this podcast 100%. This is your neighborhood hype man. Over and out, let me tell you.
Timberland boots, no joke. Fuck, I get what haters say. All I did was stay the same. Cut to fat, came to rage. Cut to black on the crazy train. In, wheels off. My dope in, let my scalp peeled off. Skills saw with the pen, I'm raw. Don't doubt D-boy, y'all gon' learn about that boy. He go hard. Ben Wallace. 10 haters got 10 Wallace. I came broken, I left ballin'. That's no joking. That's George calling, I'm here. Ain't that a fact? The pure boy, I kick it like pack-a-lack. We the rap pack, you a pack of rats. Get tracked in the crack like, oh, snap. Kush packs, cracker packs. Blowing up to the track collapse. With a white girl with the fattest.
Welcome back to the Sausage. How's everybody doing today?
Good. I like D-Boy.
Yeah, shout out to D-Boy for providing our theme songs. Do us a great, big, huge, goddamn favor and go to that Facebook.com. Search Miserable Retail Slave. Join our Facebook group, Dan.
Okay.
Okay. I like that. I wish everybody
in there still.
Yeah, people are still in there.
I don't pay attention.
Well, I know you do. Don't. You hate the social medias, you silly boy. In the meantime, you could go to that Instagram or that Twitter at mretailslave on that Twitter, Miserable Retail Slave Podcast on that Instagram, or search the hashtag Miserable Retail Slave. Follow me. Follow me. Don't drink my Kool-Aid, though. God damn. Our special guest today, Dan from the Netflix N Swill podcast, the Mattress Man. How's things going, Dan? How's it going?
I mean, everything's fine from 5 minutes ago when we last left off.
Okay. Well, I was just checking, you know. I'm very needy and clingy. I'm like a stage 5 clinger. I really need to know what you're up to at all times.
Do you ever think that might be your problem with this online dating thing?
Oh,
God damn it. What are you bringing the straight fire right into my heart for? God, that hurts.
You cling on too much?
I cling on too much. By the way, Tommy over there. Hey. By the time you hear this, folks, he will be in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Opening for Jay
Chandrasekhar.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The writer and director of Super Troopers.
And Star, yeah.
And Star.
And Beer Fest.
And Beer Fest.
And what was it? What's his other one?
Super Troopers
Club
2,
Red.
right?
Yeah. And he directed Dukes of Hazzard. And I found out today he directs a lot of the Goldbergs TV show.
Oh, good for him.
He's done like 20, I think.
You know what I want from you, right?
What?
The one gift that I want. I already told you. I want you to have him say, you're listening to the Miserable Retail Slave Show. Da-da-da, my name is. From Super Troopers. How about a mustache ride?
Oh, God.
Don't say, oh, God. Do something for me for once. Why can't you?
We'll see how cool he is. And remind me. Remind me.
I will. Oh, don't tell me to remind you. I'll remind you every second of the
Yeah, you're
goddamn day.
clingy, remember?
Yeah, exactly. That's all I want out of you, you fucker.
Just like a recording, like just voice recorder. You want a video?
No, I don't want a video. How's that going to fit in my podcast,
Just
you
a
silly
voice
fool?
record then. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I can just pretend that it was him.
No, you
don't know
can't.
what he sounds like.
I do. Everybody's seen Super Troopers, you shit.
Hey, this is Jay Chandrasekhar.
Okay, stop. This is a callback from last week when Tommy was trying to change his voice. He's going through
Oh,
it.
yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, why don't you try it out right now?
I just wanted a little deeper about right there.
Okay, you're
Just
weird.
a little bit.
It's not good for you.
It's not?
No. Dan, what do you
That's what
think?
she said.
It's fine.
Okay. I'll give you a point for that one.
I just think...
That was a stealth, that's what she said.
Oh, thank you. I'm in the lead now.
thank you.
I'm in the lead.
You are in the lead, by the way. You need to pick up the pace, Dan.
I know.
That's what she said.
No.
No. You need to pick up the pace, Dan. That's what she said.
No.
That's not good.
No.
No, she's never said that.
Snap, ladies. He's taken. You all back off. Come my way. Hey,
You had your chance.
you had your chance. Off the market now. Also, Tommy's going to be opening up for the one and only Kevin Farley.
Yeah, September 21st at the Dorp Federal Credit Event Center in Flint, Michigan.
I don't even think you'll be allowed in his presence, so I'm not
You
going
don't
to.
think so?
Well, go ahead. Go ahead. Say ask him to say, I'm Kevin Farley. This is I'm the less famous Farley. This is the this Burrito Slave show.
I'm Kevin. Don't bring up my brother Chris Farley.
I'm Kevin capitalizing on my fucking brother.
Remember when I was in Together?
Yeah. Remember I did that dance on Saturday Night Live with Patrick Swayze? Oh, wait, that wasn't me.
Yeah, I don't think he's, he's not that big of a star. I don't think he's going to, maybe Jay won't. Maybe Jay isn't going to hang out in the green room. I don't know.
I think he will.
Yeah, I think he will too.
I think he will talk into your cellular telephone and promote this podcast too. Damn it. That's what I want out of this world.
Yeah, hopefully he's cool. Hopefully we get to go out or at least drink in the green room. That'd be fine with me. It's a fully stocked green room. At least it was when I was there in December. So.
Okay, well, it won't be after you leave.
Well, duh.
Well,
They restocked it every night, though. I come back the next day and bam.
Like magic.
Yeah.
Would you die and go to heaven? Is that what happened?
They had Two Hearteds, too.
Of course they did.
Bunch of Two Hearteds and a bunch of Miller Lights.
Dan, what's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you?
Oh, man. That's a good question.
It is, and I just came up with it right on the spot.
Nobody's ever asked that
Here's
question.
Here's a spotlight right on you.
Probably taking so long to answer this question.
Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing. Holy shit.
Yeah.
God.
Fuck. I don't know.
Dead air.
So I'm trying to think of like things that happened to me as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't do anything, so like
that's pretty embarrassing.
I mean, that's embarrassing in and of itself, but like I can't think of one singular event.
Yeah, I don't get embarrassed either.
Yeah, but there's been stupid shit that happens to you that you laugh about.
Yeah,
I don't get embarrassed about anything anymore either. But I find things funny because they're stupid.
Yeah, like the time you wouldn't talk to me in public.
Well, that was. Have you seen
that
yourself?
That was the weirdest thing.
Have you seen
I
yourself?
saw Randy at a bookstore, and he totally acted like he didn't know who I was.
Well, you were wearing your track pants and...
You had your leather Michigan Wolverines coat on.
Well, make stuff up. You had your track pants.
I mean, I do that with random people that I don't want to talk to anyway. I'm just like, oh, there's that person. Walk to the other side of the street or something just to make sure I avoid them. I do that all the time.
I do it too, but I didn't think Randy would do it to me.
Well, who wants to talk to you? You know, when I see people that I know don't want to talk to me, I purposely walk right up to them and talk to them now. That's how I roll.
So like everybody?
Yeah, true. My mom actually said like last week, she's like, I don't know what it is about you, but I hate to say this, but people like you. I'm like,
I hate to say this.
Well, thanks, Mom. Yeah, I noticed that too. And guess what? I can't figure it out, but they do.
You're a jolly fellow.
I'm very delightful.
Usually smiling.
Huh?
Usually smiling.
Well, I've got a real sarcastic barb right on the tip of my tongue at all times.
No. You're a nice guy.
Oh, I'm a nice guy. I'm a bad guy. Duh. I love that. Go ahead, Dan. Get that mouth bass in.
Nah, it's fine.
That's all you got. Damn it. Dan the Mattress Man let me down. Well, that was that.
That was a Randy.
Well, yeah. So here's the deal. I'm talking to this lass that I've reconnected with, and it's going fairly well. Like we've progressed past the Bumble onto Facebook Messenger.
Oh,
which
slow down.
Well, listen. What do you mean slow down?
Wait it out.
I talked to my best friend Tommy Thompson on the Facebook Messenger. If it's good enough for him, goddammit. Do I ask this girl out? Should I?
Where's she from?
Should I? It doesn't matter where she's from.
How far?
Saginaw, Michigan, USA.
Okay. So not.
How about distance for somebody who has no idea what Michigan looks like?
30 minutes.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Well, coming from the guy, 8 hours.
Yeah. I drive county lines, state lines, country lines. I'm coming.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
but
no,
like,
that's not bad.
I've gone, I live in Pittsburgh, so like you have to cross rivers to get to like anybody's house. So like I would cross rivers, and that takes like 4 hours in and of its own self. So like, I'm used to it.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, Dan. We don't even have drinking water. You think you got it bad?
Oh no, I live a very blessed life. I have clean drinking water. I just have to drive over water sometimes.
Oh, so do we. We live outside Flint, so it doesn't affect us. But it was
that
a
would
fun thing to
terrify
say.
Randy to drive over water
Well, because I can't swim.
because you're afraid of water.
I'm afraid of sharks.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of no Pittsburgh sharks. Or terrible towels, for that matter.
I mean, there's no reason to be afraid of those at all. All people do is just like wave them over their head like a jackass, and I guess the only thing you have to be afraid of is the person waving it.
Okay, I guess you've never been slapped in the face with a terrible towel before.
No, I have.
Oh. No, he has. Okay. But I mean, well, listen, I guess I asked the wrong question because obviously I'm going to ask her out. We have this prior history. I'm wondering when.
Just do it.
Fuck it, who cares?
Do it right now.
The worst thing that happens is she says no, and then you never talk again. It's like, oh, nothing ever happened with my life. This was just like a cool little side adventure that happened, and I had a story.
Right.
I do love a good story.
Do it right now.
She's
triple
sleeping
dog
right now.
dare
What
ya.
am I going to... Don't triple dog dare me because then I'll have to do it.
Oh, she's sleeping, huh?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it'd be nice to wake up to a invitation to dinner.
God damn it, that sounds like a challenge. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, do it. Fuck it.
So I guess this goes back to the moral of today's podcast, delayed gratification. 3 years ago, I talked to this lass, and then all of a sudden, there she is again. And we both actually she made a little random comment today about we were just fucking around and
Ooh.
yeah, not like that. And she was like, well, I guess you'll just have to wait and see. I'm like, what does that mean?
Sassy.
Delayed gratification. It took 3 years. Here I am. Maybe this is my gratification. Maybe this is my tantric life lesson.
Well, shoot your shot.
Maybe I'll shoot my shot, goddammit. Do you think I should?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I will.
All right.
It's decided.
Do it now.
I'm not going to do it now.
Uh-oh. He just said he would.
I can't. You can't carry the show. If you can talk to Dan and go ahead and keep talking.
Yeah. It's only going to... What are you going to do? Write her a novel first? Just, hey.
Hey, I think you're great, and I want to ask you out to go to drinks or something that you want to do that's fun. Easy.
Love Randy.
Love Randy.
Yeah, everybody does, so why wouldn't she? All right, talk to your friend Dan.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. He's actually doing it. He's picking... His phone looks like one of those old Razor phones.
Why?
I don't know.
It's
Randy, come to this century.
It's a fucking iPhone, Tommy.
But it's so small.
That's what she said. Thank you.
Now you're tied.
Thank you.
Dang
Listen,
it, Randy.
what do you mean it's so small? What do you got over there?
My phone's like 4 times the size of your phone.
You're a little bitch that had a flip phone for the last 15 years, so you shut up right now. Talk to Dan.
I did.
Tell Dan about your life.
Sure.
I knew the second I got a smartphone that I would become addicted to the internet, and I did. So, yeah, that's my life now. Just addicted to the internet.
Well, it's ruined bar arguments, too. It was just like, oh, well, there's this thing, and now, like, every stupid fight we've ever had, we can just look at it on the internet. And, oh, now we don't have any discussions.
Right.
It's like there's no one getting animated.
I hate those Google fucks that tear out their phone. Well, let me just check on that. Maybe you're wrong.
Yeah.
No, maybe I want to get really drunk and talk about religion, okay? It's a great 2 a.m. drunk bar discussion.
Sure. Yeah. No.
Keep talking to Dan.
Yeah, he keeps putting this off.
No, I'm not. I was just throwing... Asking about his life with you.
Yeah, so do you live in downtown Pittsburgh, Dan?
Oh, God, no. I would never live downtown anywhere in any city. I'm very suburbs, but I love being downtown.
Oh,
yeah. Actually, just my job is now taking me like to and from downtown like a couple days a week.
Nice.
And I love the atmosphere down there, but like we have local taxes, and that's like 3% of your income to live there, plus a 3% for state tax, plus like the 10 to 20% from the government. So like you're already losing a shit ton of money through income tax, and it's like I don't need to live downtown for that. I can just fucking
Visit.
live where I am and just travel, I guess.
Yeah, I heard Lawrenceville's a cool area. Is that right?
Okay, so Lawrenceville is a cool area now.
Yeah.
Like 20 years ago, it was an awful area that no one ever wanted to be in. Like, it was one of those areas that were like, oh, this is a bad neighborhood. You don't want to live here.
Yeah.
And now, like, property is like 8 times its original value because hipsters and my generation.
Yeah, so that is that the place I should check out the most?
Either Lawrenceville or Southside.
Okay, yeah, I had a couple guys came to my work from Pittsburgh the other day, and they were telling me about the transformation in Lawrenceville, and then I asked them about the South Side, and they said, yeah, that's kind of cool too, because I'd seen that on Google. I Googled the best places in Pittsburgh, and yeah, South Side seemed to be where the bars are and all that.
Well, like, Lawrenceville has its bars, but like Southside has more interesting bars. Like I think my favorite place in Southside is called the Tiki Lounge,
Okay.
and it's basically just like this like Pacific Island themed bar that has this. So it's like 2 floors, so it's like your ground floor, and then like you go down some stairs into a basement bar, but like in the middle of the stairs, there's this landing area, and then there's like this creeper hole in the back there. And I like hanging out there because people will like poke their heads back in there, and you'll just be like sitting there, and it's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And they're like, "What the fuck? Why are you here?"
Right. Okay. Yeah, that'd be fun.
But like you have to like dip off to a side, and like one side you can actually face the bar, but there's the other side is just like deep within. You just look like a fucking cave troll just sitting there, I guess.
That's awesome.
And they just get freaked out.
Cool. All right.
I did it.
You
It's
did it.
happened.
What'd you write?
I'm not telling you.
No, he's always so secretive.
I'm not.
Wow, I've been dreaming of this day for 3 years now,
Yes.
where I can ask you out. We could be together forever.
Listen here. Listen. What's Ashley's podcast name? You might as well.
The Rabbit Ears TV podcast. I'm not sure if it's still listed or not.
Oh.
She hasn't done an episode in like 18 months or 2 years now.
Oh, you're taking up all her time. That's what's happening.
No, actually, there was a whole
shot
thing
down.
that went down that she basically like lost her love for podcasting because of people in the industry. Basically, like
So did Tommy, but he's still doing it.
like 99% of people you meet through podcasting are wonderful, wonderful people. But then there's that 1% of people that are just like you fucking hate them and you wish they were dead and they don't die, but you got to deal with them anyway.
Dan, it's been a pleasure to have you on. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Not really. Just listen to my show. If you're someone who like goes through Netflix and you just like endlessly scroll, know that you aren't alone. But we try to help you focus on the things that you should be watching. Like I think this will go live on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
All right. So our most recent episode, we talk about your 90s nostalgia shows that came to Netflix. So the Rocko's Modern Life little movie and the Invader Zim movie. We talk about those and whether or not you should watch them. And one of them you absolutely should watch. The other, absolutely not.
Was it Invader Zim you should watch?
No.
Oh, damn. I was taking a stab in the dark.
Well, you had a 50-50 shot.
I
did. You blew it.
Well, the story of my goddamn life. Damn it, I missed it. You had a 50-50 shot and you blew it. That's what she said.
I almost
Fuck.
said it too. But
God damn
I
it.
decided I was going to let you win.
Well, I again blew it. So that's what she said. Thank you for being on, Dan.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You're
I've been waiting for this
delight.
since Live Stream for the Cure ended.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
mean,
Cool. Yeah,
There it
and I remember you, and I'll always remember you now.
I'll always remember you.
We'll see about that when I just show up to your anniversary dinner in Pittsburgh. Like, hey, Tommy, remember me? Who are you?
Who are you?
Go away, stranger. I'm trying to convince my wife to get into bed with me tonight.
No, if you walked up to Tommy would be so like happy to see you because he's like that to anybody that randomly. Oh yeah, hey man, you're a real cool dude.
Thanks. I am. I'm a happy person.
Well, I don't know about that, but
I'm
you
a very
pretend to be.
socially happy person.
Okay, that's more acceptable. Next week Tommy's going to be back. I'm going to be back. We might have another special guest.
Oh.
And I'm not telling you who it is, much like I didn't tell you. Yeah, exactly. In the meantime, the moral of tonight's episode, what do you think it was? Delayed gratification.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I thought it was going to be shoot your shot.
Well,
that too.
Yeah. You got to shoot your shot, but you got to delay that shot a little bit. You got to take aim. Got to make sure that shot's in the crosshairs. And then when you see that baby right in those crosshairs, right squared up, that's when you
need to shoot your shot.
Exactly.
There you go.
We will see you next week. In the meantime, stay miserable.